SmackDown is in Toronto, Ontario, Canada tonight. This is the second consecutive show WWE is doing in Toronto. They do this every year. The last week of August, they always want to do a Raw and SmackDown both in Toronto. Next year is a bit different. I think they've been testing it out because I think they were planning on doing a SummerSlam there. So next year they have SummerSlam in Toronto. So that's 4 straight nights in Toronto: NXT, SummerSlam, and Raw and SmackDown. This show starts off with a New Day. They're starting off with their celebration for the tag team titles. You have, Becky has he has pancakes, and it's like they're showing this fake Stanley Cup. That was hilarious. That was awesome. Even though I hate the pancakes, I like New Day. Some people are sick of the act. The act still gets a lot of attention. The fans still love it. You go to a show, fans go crazy. I'm sick of those fucking pancakes. Get rid of those goddamn fucking pancakes, for damn sakes. You have Xavier Woods, and Kofi and Biggie all talking about how they want to celebrate their championship, and I thought it's funny, the Stanley Cup. It kind of played off of last night when I think it was Elias who mocked Toronto they'd never see a Stanley Cup, and then the New Day brings out a fake Stanley Cup. So that was definitely a good dig at Toronto. It was funny. Booker T makes a surprise appearance, and then he comes out as King Booker, which was actually really cool. King Booker was my favorite version of Booker T in WWE. I thought he was just hilarious. And then he goes back and forth with them, and then I think the reason he came out, I think this was New Day's I'm not sure. I think it was their 5th or 6th tag team title reign. So Booker came out. He did the Spinaroonie. They had New Day do the Spinaroonie with him. It was a really cool moment. It was actually really nice. The fans went nuts. Everyone enjoyed it. Booker had a good reaction. So after that, they set up New Day's commentary table to do commentary. Hopefully Booker doesn't have to do a Spinaroonie with Lana. So I hope. Why does Lana do that Spinaroonie? I just don't understand. Anyway. So I don't know what they're doing. They're doing this thing with these triple threat tag team matches. It's like this mini tournament, and the winner faces the New Day at the Hell in a Cell. I don't even know what they're doing. It's so confusing. There's a million tournaments going on. It just feels like it. So you have the Sheamus and Cesaro. They're against Primo and Epico and Gallows and Anderson. So I don't know where Primo and Epico were. I thought they were released. Why are these guys even still at the company? Anyway, they have a match. New Day's on commentary. They do this whole split screen this mini screen at the bottom corner. The New Day on commentary. They mock Byron Saxton. I don't know if they're just... I don't get the whole going full Saxton on him. They were saying with Booker, but it is what it is. Sheamus and Cesaro win the match. So I think there's another match next week, and then in 2 weeks they'll have the number 1 contenders, and that'll be the go-home show at Hell in a Cell. So we'll see who they face. But Sheamus and Cesaro win. They don't like the pancakes, it seems. So then they go backstage. You have Paige in her office. You have Rusev, Lana, and Aiden English. And Paige says she wants to put them in the tag team picture, even though I don't know why they lost. I guess they beat Almas and Zelina. Rusev and Lana did last week, but I don't know why is Aiden English. What did he do to deserve anything? When's the last time he's won a match? Has he even won a match on the main roster? I don't even remember. When he was with the Vaudevillains, he might have won or something. I don't know why he deserves it. Anyway, she announces it's a triple threat tag team match. It's them against Sanity against the Usos, and the winner, I think, faces Cesaro and Sheamus in 2 weeks. That'll be the number 1 contender. Rusev says it's a good present, and they do something like Rusev and Lana. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're doing with Aiden English. I just think I've been saying this for 6 months. People like him. Here's what I want to see: Lana kicks Aiden English in the balls. Rusev puts him in the Accolade, and Rusev and Lana are a duo. I don't know why they need Aiden English. I like Lana and Rusev together just as a separate without Aiden. They show last week, and Becky Lynch talked about Charlotte. Jeff Hardy comes out. He has a face paint. He has RKO on the side of his face. It was actually kind of cool. He's just using all these big words, he eradicated him. His pain is my pleasure. My agony is his. Just all these big words. He challenges Randy Orton to Hell in a Cell. He put him through a table last week, and Orton came out. Jeff challenged him, and I guess That's your match. So Jeff Hardy's wanted this match for a while. I guess they're not going to do AJ and Joe. So Hell in a Cell, Reigns and Strowman's in Hell in a Cell. That's been confirmed now. And I guess we're going to have Hardy and Orton. Those are your two matches. Not AJ and Joe. I don't know why. But you know what? When you think about it, I think they want to continue AJ and Joe, and this would actually make logical sense because, Hell in a Cell is a blow-off match. Hell in a Cell, it all ends. If they want to keep AJ and Joe going for a while, which I like, you may as well have another singles match, and then I guess you can do a final match at the show in Australia, because it doesn't make much sense. Hell in a Cell should be the final duo. I think Orton and Hardy is going to be the final one. It won't be for Reigns and Strowman, but for Orton and Hardy, I think it ends at Hell in a Cell. The big thing is, will Jeff Hardy do the Swanton Bomb off the top of the Hell in a Cell onto Randy Orton through an announce table? Or maybe he misses and Orton gets out of the way. I think Jeff's going to... I can't imagine Jeff Hardy doing a Hell in a Cell and him not getting to do the big thing. They let Shane do it. You have to let Jeff do it. I don't want to see it. Personally, I don't want to see Jeff get killed. But if they're going to let Shane McMahon, a 47-year-old guy or whatever, who's the son of Vince McMahon, who's only getting the chance to do it for those reasons, basically. If they're going to let Shane do it, you might as well let Jeff Hardy do it. So that's official. So then you have Carmela, the show getting ready in the back. You have show Renee interviewing her. Carmela is just terrible on the mic. I can't stand her. I don't know why they're doing stuff with R-Truth and Carmela. I hope they don't do this thing now. They're going to be like this couple or something like they did with Carmela and Ellsworth. I hope that's not the direction. Ty Dillinger's making fun of him. So they show Billie Kay coming out with Peyton Royce. She makes fun of the Toronto Raptors, saying they're going to have a dismal season, which was funny. They showed her in the back, and I don't know. I think Billie, she's going to have the match with Naomi. And she comes out. Naomi is in the ring, and it's Billie and Naomi. Peyton beat her last week. I think Peyton definitely has more potential than Billie, but they're having Billie Kay wrestle, and Billie Kay wins. She beats Naomi. Nothing good for Naomi right now. I don't know what they're going to do with Naomi. Yeah. She had a run last year. I think that's all they're going to do with her. I don't know what they're going to do with the Iconics side. If it was up to me, I would just do the Iconics against the Bella Twins and just don't do Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella, but it is what it is. They show Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella in the back watching, and then it comes back to them, and Daniel Bryan talks, it's great to be back in Toronto, and he's in the ring with Brie. He talks about Miz and Maurice. It's a mixed tag match. It's official for Hell in a Cell. And what happens is they're interrupted by Andrade Cien Almas and Lina Vega. I'm thinking to myself, Lina Vega, when you see her in the ring, she makes Brie Bella look like a giant. I want to see Lina Vega next to Alexa Bliss. How tiny are they? She might be smaller than Alexa Bliss. She is so fucking tiny. It's crazy. She's so small. It's incredible how small she is. It blows my mind. It's like she cuts a promo, and I like her a lot. I'm a big fan of hers, but it surprises me. She talks about Miz, and she's mocking Daniel Bryan and the Miz, but Daniel Bryan challenges him to a match. What happens is Paige comes out, and she asked the fans if they want to see Daniel Bryan and Almas, and they do, so that's it. It's on. So what happens is they're having a match. This is kind of a dream match. Daniel Bryan he said he did an interview, he really wants to see this match. I think these two could tear the house down if they had a pay-per-view match, but I don't like how they just give it away on Raw. They did it with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan a few months ago, and after a couple nights after WrestleMania, just gave the match away. I'm not a big fan of that. What happens is Maurice comes out. Zelina Vega tried to interrupt, and Brie attacked Zelina. Then Maurice came out, and she threw Brie Bella into the ring post. Miz attacks him, Bryan. They call for the bell, and then they had Almas hit his hammerlock DDT, and then Miz puts Daniel Bryan in the yes lock, and they had Maurice hold him. It's like Daniel Bryan can get out of this easy. And then they had Vega hit her her finisher on Brie, and then Maurice laid out Brie Bella to DDT, and then Miz hits Bryan at the skull crushing foul, and they stand over him. So I don't know who's winning at the Hell in a Cell. I think if it's not, I really think Miz and Maurice are going to win again. I think I'll have Maurice pin Brie, and I think it sets up Maurice and Brie Bella at the Evolution. That's their plan. That's the rumor. You're going to have Brie Bella and Maurice at Evolution. That could be the worst pay-per-view in WWE history. Maurice and Brie Bella. You're going to have Ronda and Nikki, which is a fucking joke. And, I don't want to watch that goddamn show now. Like, what a shitty show. If you fucking have to watch Maurice and Brie Bella. Brie Bella and Maurice at fucking Evolution. What a shitty... Oh, God. They have Renee Young. She's interviewing Charlotte. And Charlotte's talking about the stuff with Becky last week. And she... I don't know what they're going to do at Hell in a Cell if they're doing Charlotte and Becky, but it seemed like Charlotte's definitely a baby face with the way they were doing it, so it's like they don't care. They're going to do what they want. Roman Reigns is the guy, Charlotte's the girl. That's how it is, guys. AJ Styles in the ring. He talks about Joe, talking about his daughter, and he challenges Joe to come out. They show Samoa Joe in the garage, and Joe, he calls AJ's wife Wendy, and she asks how the kids are doing. It's like, I don't know. I mean, they kind of teased if he was actually at the house, but he was just in the garage in the arena. I don't know. He just keeps calling his wife and his daughter. I don't know what they're going to do. They show AJ Styles going to the back. They announced that Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell. So in the Hell in a Cell match, it's official. It's going to be Hell in a Cell. They show AJ in the back, and he's looking for Samoa Joe. So they're continuing that. Main event, Charlotte and Carmela. I didn't think there was any chance Carmela is going to win, thank God. So I guess they're just going to be done with that. I guess they're going with Charlotte and Becky. Charlotte won. She beat her with her submission. So they had Charlotte pin Becky at SummerSlam, and I guess they gave Carmella her rematch. I think this is it for Carmella. I think Carmella will be a complete joke now. As I said, Carmella was the 2018 Jinder Mahal. What Jinder Mahal was in 2017 is what Carmella was in 2018. I think she'll be exactly where Jinder is right now in a year. Complete joke. That's where she is. She'll be doing comedy with R-Truth very soon. After the match, had Becky beat down Charlotte. She stands over her with the belt, and she announces it's Hell in a Cell. She calls Charlotte a bitch, and she drops the mic into her. So Becky's the heel. It's going to be Becky probably being heavily cheered and Charlotte being heavily booed. But Vince McMahon, it's like, why? Well, fuck them. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'm getting $400 million from Fox. Another hundreds of millions from USA with a new deal for Raw. It's like, he's going to do what he wants. Becky's going to be Becky Lynch. I want everyone to know it's going to be Charlotte Flair as their star. They're going to make her the queen. Don't be surprised if this Ronda Rousey Charlotte match for WrestleMania 35. This can turn into a complete disaster. I don't think it'll be like Reigns and Lesnar for Mania this year, because I don't think they want to do it to the one. But like if they turn on Charlotte, and they could turn on Ronda from now from now to, it's still like 7 months away. That can turn into a complete and utter disaster. So WWE better be careful. They're not going to turn Becky. It's just going to be, I think it's just going to end at Hell in a Cell. I think Charlotte's going to beat Becky. They might do another match at the Evolution. Charlotte wins again, and Charlotte's the babyface. She gets booed. Becky's the heel. They do nothing with her. She becomes a loser heel. Just like Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman and Becky Lynch, two over babyface. It's so hard for WWE to make babyfaces. But because Braun is not Roman, they want Roman to be the guy. They have to turn Braun to get him heat so he can lose to Roman, and the fans will just be more pissed off and infuriated to me. And then with Becky Lynch, she's far more over than Charlotte, but Charlotte's their girl, so I'm going to have Becky as the heel lose to Charlotte, and then fans are probably going to get angry at Charlotte, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So it is what it is. Again, Reigns is the guy, Charlotte is the girl. That's what they want. There's nothing the fans can do about it. So Becky, it's unfortunate for Becky. Becky is the most over woman on the roster right now, but they're going to have her as a heel, and she's just going to be jobbed out to Charlotte to get Charlotte over, and it's probably just going to be a complete disaster. It's going to backfire heavily in WWE's face.